Spinning wheels for worlds collide.
Now here's the thing. One of the achievements is to blow up something with the black bomb wisp. Except there's no level that gives you the black bomb wisp.
How'd you get it before?
It was a gift from one of the other achievements. And there's no way they would give you an achievement that you would blow by missing your one opportunity.
Have we not gotten any more red rings that thing needs?
I gathered up a few on another level, but...
I guess it must have needed more. God, it just seems like there's... goodness, excuse me. It just seems like there's been so much with, like, just like one remaining. I don't know.
You know what? Let's go through here and get some red rings. Stomp on some enemies. Do some achievements. Actually accomplish something.
The DLC stuff to get the bomb permanently.
Okay, so someone in the thread tells us that we
Okay.
need to get the DLC to get the bomb power to do what we need to do with the bomb power. That's silly, but okay.
DLC, I guess they mean the 3DS thing? You know, if I'd known the 3DS thing was going to be such an integral part, I might have, like, you know, seen about getting that for it, but... Like, there's a particular DLC for that? Okay, I'm just, you know, wasn't sure. I mean, like, we got the Deadly Six thing here, but that's not working, so I guess that would have been a moot point. I'm kind of surprised they had made it a download code in the first place. Just, you know, you look at the version of Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed that, like, you know, had the stuff on the disc, and it was just, like, you know, a special edition. You know, that reminds me, I really kind of wish something like, wish they'd done, I kind of can't believe they didn't do it. Because, you know, like how the Wii U has been rather port heavy with, like, you know, older games?
Right.
How awesome would it have been to have, like, a version of Sonic Generations released on here with, like, you know, maybe some tweaks, like maybe to that final boss, and some added levels or something to, like, you know, entice a little more.
Yep.
That would have been, like, awesome.
See, one of the achievements we're working towards now is kill 10 enemies with the bounce attack. Except if you lock on, it becomes a kick attack. So you can't really bounce it.
Sorry, what did you say happens if you do the kick attack?
If you lock on to an enemy, it becomes the kick attack. You can't bounce it.
Oh, I see. So here's a question for you. You want a episode 3 of Sonic 4?
Yes, I do.
I would love to see it, especially if they kind of, you know, really studied the Genesis games. I mean, it's like, you know, not... Just for what they seem to be going for, I think, I don't know, it felt more like a more contemporary Sonic game than, like, going back to the roots.
Yeah, I can see that.
To me, I mean, it's particularly, in particular, it's like the way the bosses work that we were talking about earlier. The Genesis games, I mean, you know, a skilled player could, like, you know, finish the battle before it even begins, like when Eggman shows up.
Yeah.
But, you know, here you have to wait for the animation. He has to go through. He has to do his thing, and then he has to attack, and then he has to leave himself open. Then you get, like, one hit, and maybe two if you're lucky, you know, while he's, like, recovering from it. And then, you know, rinse, repeat, and yawn. I mean... I'm sorry, I love most of the game, but that part just drove me nuts. It's something I've kind of come to accept in Mega Man, begrudgingly almost, but there's kind of a certain, I guess, method to the madness, not quite as present in the Sonic 4 Episode 2. It's actually, it's more like what they do in the 3D Sonic games, and I think it kind of works there because, I don't know, there's something about having the whole, you know, different planes and stuff there. I just don't think it works as well in 2D Sonic. I just want to, like, you know... I want to flaunt it. I want to just, you know, pound him into submission. Like I said, hit him before he even knows what, you know.
Hit it.
Precisely. I mean, you just don't get that satisfaction in that game, where, you know, just Eggman shows up and he's crashed before he knows it. But that's just my feelings on the whole thing. Oh, now you can show me how the parkour thing is done.
Not like that.
Nope. You know, I'm willing to, like, you know, chalk up a lot of things to just being, you know, like natural eccentricities of Sonic's world. The checkerboard dirt, the striped grass. Why are there rotating spikes all throughout nature?
Why are there floating platforms everywhere?
You know, I can even accept that. I don't know.
It's the natural.
Look at this place.
It's a natural defense of that particular rotating log in the water.
I didn't know that logs had natural defenses, or unnatural. I didn't know logs had defenses. The only defense I know of from logs is like when you hit somebody with one.
It's a carnivorous log.
They roll downstairs.
Alone or in pairs. Even over your neighbor's dog. You know, they're great for a snack, and they fit on your back. Those logs.
Bonus points to whoever gets that one. Bonus points to anybody who gets that reference. So whoever first gets the reference gets a free cookie from their mother's kitchen. Because I'm really good at giving away stuff that's not mine. I've been doing it all night. It's a skill. Yeah, it's funny there's that electric shield in the race thing, but not here.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like using Super Sonic here, because I mean, using regular Sonic's kind of as you mentioned, it's very precise, and Super Sonic tends to be anything but. So I'm curious how well he works here.
Red ring placement in this from the demo, because I remember having a fairly easy time finding one.
I can imagine it. Hey, how you doing for lives? Really? You only have 3? We should like be grabbing that stuff and stockpiling it, then we'll be like sitting pretty when we go back to take on Zorak. Well, there's that one at the top of the tree.
Yeah, I can't get that one to me off. And, you know, part of it is these levels are so large and puzzle-like.
Spyro, he's the guy who had sheep, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, I knew that reminded me of someone, and like the most recent thing I could think of involved Dragons, Defenders of Berk, but no, Spyro, they had it too, which is interesting now that I think about it. I guess there's a correlation between sheep and dragons I was unaware of until now.
If you really want to get into it, you remember the movie Braveheart, right? Sean Connery is the voice of a CG dragon.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of something else.
Dragonheart.
Yes.
Well, you know, this scaly, crazy battle guy, Scottish actor.
One heart's good as another, right?
Anyway, there's a whole bit of him coming out of a river looking at a bunch of sheep. So maybe there's something to it. Maybe dragons just like sheep.
Maybe. So what you're saying is we're looking, if we could call the Deadly Six dragons, then what we're looking at could be their food source here.
Yes.
Fascinating. Okay, tell me something. Okay, wait, you know what? Yeah, the Sky Sanctuary Zone. I was gonna ask, has Sonic ever bounced on clouds before?
Yes, he does.
Has he done it outside of that one level?
Not that I can think of.
Still good enough. I'm not gonna make a thing out of that. Hey, Cammy. Smile for the camera.
Oh, really? Really? Remember his log attacks again. When will its terror end? Thank you.
So, like, what are you doing at, like, just working on those achievements?
Pretty much, because the idea of trying to tackle that final level again is making me angry. Mostly because of just... Alright, the game teaches you, from start to finish, almost, that in a boss fight with one of the Zeti, you get them exposed, and then you hit them in the face. That's the pattern for all of them. So when you get to Zora's final confrontation, your objective is to run away, even though he's right there to hit. That's bad.
Which one's Zor?
The emo one.
Oh, right, yeah.
Wait, no, didn't you hear this one? No, okay, that one had thingy too. Oh, well.
Actually, once I figured him out, he was incredibly easy, though.
Right, but my point is,
No, I get what you're
use
saying.
what the game teaches you, which is bad game design.
I don't know if I necessarily call it bad, but I would call it less than ideal, to be certain. In a way, I'd almost say this is kind of fairly old school in a way. That old Nintendo hard. Well, anyway, I think I'm going to go just, shut my eyes for a few minutes.
Alrighty, sir.
I'll leave you to this.
Rest well. We'll be here when you get back.
Cammy says I have to stick around for a little bit longer.
Hello, Twinbee.
Howdy, Twinbee. Get this one right. Howdy, Twinbee. So there's gonna be in the comic? I think there should be an Eggman's personal garden. Oh, he probably wouldn't have a garden though, would he?
No, if it was full of cans of killer flowers.
Are those sparks flying off of these things?
Yes, it is. And my face.
Woohoo! I can't remember if I asked this earlier, but... Oh, very nice.
Cool.
Like, is there something from another form of Sonic media, be it, I don't know, we'll just, like, leave it open like that, but that you would like to be able to adapt or use in the comics, but it can't?
Well,
We can leave the games out if you want to. Little stuff like Sonic X or, you know, the cartoons or whatever.
There's nothing I can really think of, honestly, that I desperately want to touch that is off limits. And there's some potentially fun stuff, but nothing that I'm gonna lose sleep over.
What about the Metallics?
Alright. I'm tired. What do you want?
I'm just asking. You know what I miss in Sonic? Like the whole debug mode, options menu, where, you know, you could probably do stuff like, say, for example, make certain wisps last forever or indefinitely. Because that would be so much fun to use on a certain black hole generating wisp. And I would just go around sucking up every bit of scenery I found.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
You like that? Died trying to get an extra life.
there's something poetic about that.
Frustrating?
No, that goes without saying. It's like what? Do you suck up enough junk to create a portal to another area, or what?
Oh, there's a red ring! Yes, apparently that is what you do.
You surprised? Better sharpen those spines, tough guy. The next up on the menu is raid!
Here's just a question of thinking out loud. Like, okay, so I don't know, it's just kind of weird to have stages marked by, like, you know, a capsule full of Mobinis when you find them throughout the stages as well. It's like, what's the distinction then? Don't look now, but I think he's about to totally moon you.
Yeah! I remember when this segment was actually kind of tough.
You're going home in a
Yeah, it's funny how other stuff just really kind of hardens you up. Okay, is that like how you do a charge, like when they like have more than one thing
Yep.
sitting there? I could pull this down, so I don't think anybody wants to see that. But okay, so I thought, like, I don't know, when it comes to charging, I like, you know, think like holding a button down or something.
Yep. Nope, nothing that straightforward. What does Omo-chan want me to do again? Move along the ceiling for at least 5 seconds. Where is the stage for that?
I'm trying to remember where we did that thing with the hand over hand.
That was Zor's second fight.
What do you like better for a end thing?
First fight.
Okay, you know, I wonder what those like little posts are. You see the one I'm talking about?
Sorry, JC Freak, I don't know what you're talking about. We're kind of buzzed right now.
Yeah, just kind of bouncing around. If you can specify that, we'll gladly answer. But what do you prefer, like, for an ending thing? Do you prefer the spinny sign, or do you prefer the giant abstract ring?
I've gotten some use of the giant ring now. I suppose there's a certain degree of nostalgia to be had.
Maybe all the enemies and death traps will finish Sonic, maybe they won't. Does it really matter in the cosmic scheme of things? We're all gonna die.
I like the
eventually.
signs. There's a almost, like, for lack of a better term, a narrative practicality to them that's very reminiscent, if not derivative, of Mario. Because, like, you know, you'd like reach the end of a level in Super Mario Brothers, and you basically take down the enemy flag and put up one of your own, like, you know, essentially liberating the area from, like, you know, Koopa's control. And then, you know, with the sign, it's very much the same thing. You'd have, like, a sign that seemed to mark the area as, like, you know, one of Eggman's. And then, of course, you know, you're flipping it around whoever, and it's like, you know, you're kind of liberating it. With the ring, it's just, I don't know. It's a thing. It just doesn't seem like it really belongs in the world, per se. And I mean, I'm not trying to be like, you know, strict, like, oh, everything has to, you know, make perfect sense. So it's not like, you know, why does, like, Sonic have these numbers, like, fading in and out above his head here?
No, I understand what you mean.
You know what I mean? That stuff's tricky.
No. See, when folks say spin dash up the wall, I don't understand what they mean because you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Me neither.
Like, this is the spin dash button, and it's up against the wall and nothing's happening.
I think you might be able to... There you go. Weird, I would have thought that I'd have done that the first time.
Yeah. Well, there's some achievements that you do before you get them.
And they don't count, do they?
Yep.
I am not particularly fond of that.
No, that's rather obnoxious.
It's like, okay, if we, like, you know, manage to kind of crack the code before you, like, reveal it to us, you know, throw us a bone here. Hit the, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's my thought on, you know, Sonic Signs thing. I like the rings more like, you know, like you use them with the warp rings and then, you know, portals to special zones and whatnot.
Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Messed it up.
Of course, even better than portals is when you get quick 50 rings after you have all the Chaos Emeralds.
Kind of embarrassed by how long it took me to find that out well after the fact.
But what were you doing? Like, just avoiding it? Like, no, I don't want any more of that.
Well, I didn't see any point going after him. That old was.
I roused myself.
I don't want the biggest super Chaos Emerald.
This whole battle thing reeks of effort.
I don't want to become...
Is this the part where I actually need this thing?
I do not know.
I think it is.
So you already have one, so I mean, you can kind of...
No, it's when we get to the stealth zone.
We should make a note of that. Huh? Huh? Lovely, lovely night. Oh, dude, it was JC, right? That was asking that question. Did you ever specify? Huh?
Just give up, Sonic. It's what I do.
Oh, come
Matter of
on.
fact, I've already pretty much given up on hope.
So, if I may bring up a discussion of sort, like, you need to concentrate here more? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just as I got the red rings.
Just give up, Sonic.
Right.
It's what I do. As a matter of fact, I've already pretty much given up on hope, happiness, success. Come to think of it, what am I still doing here? I should just crawl back into bed.
Why do I bother? I can't even get a girlfriend. It's always the friend zone for me. Man, Harvey Hoosier has become a stickler for curfew.
I suppose we're gonna have to fight.
Do you have rings? Okay. Okay, I got a new question for you. How many kicks does it take to get to the center of a Zeddy?
As many as I want.
Here's another one for you. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Would you strangle a Zeddy?
Oh, I want a Klondike bar for that.
I could fight harder, but why bother? We're all doomed anyway.
So we were talking about, like, you know, stuff like, you know, being easier, coming back to it.
Yep.
It just reminds me of, like, okay, I really, really hated the snowboard levels in Mega Man 8. I'm still not particularly fond of them, but they aren't as bad to me now. It was after playing the bloody motorcycle levels in Mega Man X5 that it was like, you know, I was finally able to really kind of get the rhythm. It was almost like slow motion by comparison to me. Nice game. Okay, so if I may ask you the question now, like, oh, you alright?
Yeah, just the next mission is collect 1,000 rings. I wonder if the
Wait, like,
circus is-
collect 1,000 rings in one level?
No, collectively.
Oh, okay. Oh, they don't have that yet?
Well, it starts recounting every time you get
Oh, right. Well, anyway, I'll save the question for another.
No, go ahead.
Okay, now I'm not asking so much like I'm not asking like what will happen or what you're going to reveal in the comic. This is just more of a more objective opinion, because whether you think it would be like, you know, a good thing or bad or not, that's more what I'm looking for. You know, it doesn't really have a bearing on like, you know, how it gets written, so it's kind of a separate thing. But I'm thinking, you know, you look at all the stuff that Knuckles has been through. I'm not even talking just, you know, recent stuff. I'm talking going back to the whole Interjack thing and all that stuff. Would you think he's better off if he didn't learn of the past time, the pre-Worlds Collide stuff?
Absolutely.
Because that was like a position I'd put forth on the forums. What are those like towers for?
I don't know.
I mean, do we pay for parking there or what?
I think they're just scenery.
Yeah, but they're just kind of like, why?
Did that count towards our ring total? No, it did not. Alright, bonus stages do not count towards ring total. Where was a good stage for
free.
rings?
We're still. Have we not gotten any more red rings? Is there no more like? Are there no?
I got a handful more, but
What do these things want? Do you have to get them in the same world? Is that it?
mayhap. Mayhap.
Lusty things must be analogous to their where they're found. But, it doesn't what?
No, they were basically confirming what we just
Oh,
said.
okay.
probably a long lightsaber.
Watching him run is making me hungry. Hope he gets here soon. Now we need to head on. Gotta like tenderize him.
Anything from this game you'd like to see included in Smash Brothers for Sonic? I would actually be down with it if you could actually do, like, you know, a chain homing attack, like, you know, on 3 other fighters, like, in a row.
He's moving awfully quick. I know that food is not good for you, but it'll take never hurt it.
Who are we after here? Red rings or regular?
Red rings, regular rings. I don't know if the total applies to what you end the level with, or if it's just how many you pick up as you run.
Unless
Because
you make those flat.
if it's how much you end the level with, it's a long time before that gets done.
Yep.
Whoop. Zig too far. Don't have to zag.
Welcome to the Honey Cream Hideout.
Remember which hole has Whoops.
That was awesome.
Nice.
Oh man, I can't believe he made it this far. He's gonna make me look bad. I mean, worse. Just that even possible?
Okay.
Wow, you're barely a snack.
I still like the touch where you find the wreckage of this thing later.
Yeah.
Very Mega Man X-ish. You get the feeling like the Sonic team had been studying a lot of other games when doing this. Because I think Nadia brought up like X8 or something and on some stuff, and I know I did, like, you know, for that round boss battle. Reminded me a little bit of like part of Bamboo Pandemonium stage and some other such things. Do you like dive bomb straight into him or no? The way these things are so shiny, I'm just like reminded of some sort of shower tiles or something.
Does this mean no dessert?
Yeah, you're just desserts. So if I don't use that line again for 12 hours, then it's like it's me again. That's right, Cammy, you clean those toes on camera.
We've got 170 out of 1,000 rings. See if I get
Really?
those last two.
Yeah, that's right, it doesn't start counting until the bang. I'm like, wow. I don't want to say I'm repulsed by it, but just the fact that, like, you know, we could have been working towards that achievement the entire game, and it's like only now come up.
Yeah,
I feel hoodwinked.
it's frustrating. I mean, I can understand not wanting to throw every single achievement at somebody from the very beginning. That would be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also frustrating to say, you know, all this gameplay that I've put in so far hasn't amounted to anything.
Yeah, it's just like one of those, like, you know, like where somebody, like, you know, just wants to speak or whatever, and then it's like, okay, we're all set to begin recording. Oh.
That's...
That makes sense. Okay, was that guy in another Sonic?
I don't think so. He doesn't seem very familiar.
I mentioned this earlier, but I'm really glad to see more of the classic Badniks returning. That's one thing Sonic's like really lacks compared to Mario is like Mario's enemies like have a definite like identity, whereas a lot of them do.
If you go through a Mario game, if you don't stomp on at least one Goomba and one Koopa, you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, basically. Or at least see some variation of something of them. But yeah, I mean they even sell merchandise of like the smaller foes, and it's like
Exactly.
nothing from Sonic's really gotten to that level. Like, of course, I think you can probably say the same about like Legend of Zelda. Although that's more like not because they don't reuse enemies, but because they're always changing the design. So there's no iconic element really there.
Shoot.
Ooh.
That's Hollow Fox.
Oh man! I can't believe he made it this far! He's gonna make
I did like the way like
I mean, worse!
some of those Sonic figures from Jazzwares came with like Motobug and stuff. Speaking of which, I was really hoping to get them involved in this, but I never did hear back. So yeah.
But what to finally get my hands on Sonic and Blaze pack.
Oh, won't that have been awful if we got one of those to give away? And
I'd buy them.
You're barely a snap!
oh well, I guess that's fair.
Of course, for the amount of money I would need to win so probably put this back myself. I don't know, I just have a
Yeah,
really...
but they need to be helping sick kids.
I would.
Gotta remember the children, man. They are our future.
I find it really, really hard to find Sonic merchandise. It's harder, you know?
Like specific Sonic merchandise or Sonic
Yeah.
merchandise in general? Okay.
Specific Sonic, like, I collect the action figures. I've always loved action figures and I will collect them.
I'd like to get more of those. I have one. These are right back there.
I'm missing a Blaze and a Burning Blaze.
Oh, they have Burning Blaze too?
Yep.
I'd love to get Blaze. I like Blaze. Blaze
But
is
I
cool.
can't find it.
Every Sonic game should have like Blaze playable. Yeah, people are probably going to think I'm nuts for saying that. I honestly think her gameplay is similar enough to Sonic that it's like, and yet still kind of unique in a way,
Yeah.
like the way she kind of like has her own spin on things. And yeah, and it's like, I don't know, it would just like add like I think a better female presence, like so like not everybody's like having to play as.
I think Blaze is beating the odds because look at her. She's got fire powers and she's a princess from another dimension. That's bad fan character, top to bottom. And she's probably one of the best new characters to come out of Sonic. Alright guys, gonna try this one more time for that last red ring.
Wait, I thought she came from the future.
No, alternate dimension.
Future alternate dimension?
No, don't you start with me. The oldest one being up as it is. I'm gonna die to these birds.
Yeah, but yeah, they've
Shoot! Paying attention.
Making me hungry!
yeah they've done some good stuff with Blaze there and all, but at the same time, when was the last time she was playable?
Aside from the Olympic Games. 6.
It's not like a 6-4 after Rush Adventure.
I don't know. Thread. Which came first? Sonic 06 or Sonic Rush Adventure? Not Fred, chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
I just think Blaze, like, fits the most seamlessly in a way that Amy couldn't. Like, Amy would be, well, I don't know, I mean, Sonic Advance, I guess, kind of disputes that, but still.
Got it. Love this.
Pretty nifty. That is such a fickle beast, too. Because like you fall off the side, you die, so you're just like going off the end. And I really wonder, like, I'm really interested in seeing how they follow this up. Like, if they decide, like, okay, this is done well enough, we're going to do the next Sonic game like this. Okay, they basically custom crafted a world around the idea of the gameplay they're employing here. Which is like, you know, kind of a, you know, like how, where would you go from there? Would you have another game in Lost Text, or? But would they though? You know, that's the thing.
That would they? I didn't hear.
Wow, you're barely a snack.
There's another example I could think of on that, but I forget what it was. Ooh. So here's a question for you.
You're the worst meal ever.
Think we'll ever see Shadow use like weaponry in the comics? Like, I mean, I don't imagine he's gonna be willing to like an easier block or anything, but would we see him with like, you know, say a like a Bebop and Rocksteady style, like, you know, laser rifle or pistol, or like, you know,
Maybe it's. I mean, while I don't see the character being opposed to it, at the same time he's got the level of arrogance and the skill that he doesn't really need a weapon.
I always saw him as any means necessary kind of thing.
Right. So if if a thing's laying there and he could use a ranged weapon, he'd use it. But at the same time, if he can pop you in the face with a Chaos Spear and feel smug about it, he's gonna do that first.
Speaking of Shadow, is he like part of Gun?
That.
Like, I mean, I thought I saw something like Sonic Riders, Free Riders, the Kinect game or something, where, like, I thought they weren't like, you know, the whole, like, you know, gun unit thing anymore or something.
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Okay, we got a question. The Tails that knows what you did last summer? No, we're not going to see that. No.
Yeah, I can't see it working for Tails. I imagine that time has passed. And I think the better idea would be to just, you know, soak Ray the Squirrel's hoodie in blood instead.
This whole stomp on enemies is really ridiculously difficult because of this stupid homing attack.
You know, once upon a time I thought, like, you know, maybe even 3D Mario could use like a 3D stomp, or like a homing stomp or something, sort of like Sonic's thing. But it seemed to me like in Mario 64 and like magnified even more in Sunshine. Of course, Sunshine was a whole other thing anyway. But it just seemed like it didn't stomp on enemies like as much, and that's always just been one of the core things. Like, you know, it's like what Mario does basically. Looking back, I'm not sure if that would be like idea.
Question. We actually covered that earlier in the... Right, we actually covered the thought behind Mutsuki becoming Mobian rather than Animal earlier in the program, but that was like 9 o'clock maybe? So,
if it was even that late.
So, I guess we can review. The idea behind it was that since we're moving on with the direct, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to be very eloquent because it's 4 in the morning and I've not really had any solid sleep. Basically, it was to give Mutski a better identity in the way that we're treating the world now. As he stands, Mutski really doesn't mesh very well with the Sonic universe, and this was an effort to make him, well, mesh.
In fairness, he didn't really mesh all too well before for quite a while either. I mean, when was the last time we even saw him? I think he was like talking or something.
But yeah, that was just it. He did cameos. He was the pet.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, he was created more as like a plot device, really, I think. Like in Sad AM, it was like, you know, I'll get you, Sonic, and your little dog, too.
Actually, somebody pointed out that apparently Mutski only appeared in a single episode of Sad AM.
Yeah, I heard that. What's funnier is, like, didn't, like, Robotnik create, like, a super fast, like, dog or something to race
Cheetah
Sonic?
thing.
Oh, was it a cheetah?
It looked more like a cheetah to me.
Oh, okay.
I think it's open to interpretation. Yeah, that is a good way to put it for people who are... Oh. Yes, to... Well, it is to make him mesh a bit more and to give him a little more importance, but at the same time, I'm not saying that, you know, you should get ready with your Mutski fan club. He's not going to be a regular mainstay of the cast. It's just when he shows up, he has a purpose and an identity other than the dog.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking back to those, like, really early issues and stuff. You know what the absolute worst thing was?
Polio?
Close. Just the way they handled roboticization.
Roboticization?
That's the one.
It's 4 a.m. and I can say roboticization.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Do I win an Emmy?
I'll look into it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, do you remember what they did?
Aside from put people in a tube and make them robots?
Not even. If I'm not mistaken, I think the earliest issues, like turning Uncle Chuck into a robot.
Oh, yeah. He was like a zombie.
Yeah, he just like had like swirly eyes or something.
Well, that was a different era of the book altogether.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean, man, it's just, where did they even, how do you even, I mean, wow, that's, for Sonic especially, that's playing pretty loose with the interpretation of what a robot is. You're free, guys.
Jump.
Happy living on this little ball of planet.
Okay, I can't seem to find the first one of those. I'm closing in on the next achievement.
Which one's that?
Actually, 2 of them. We need to stomp 3 more enemies and collect 300 more rings.
Tails, what am I gonna do with you? Tails, look out! You're gonna crash! Ah! Wow! Actually, I find it rather fascinating the way Sega's always like changing up Sonic's voice actor.
I don't expect it to happen again anytime soon, honestly. I think they've made a concentrated effort to... Oops. Got a face full of motorlug. I think they've made a conscious effort to get the solid voice cast, because...
Well, you certainly can't beat their Eggman.
No, not at all. Very pleasant fellow. Had very nice things to say about my work. I would pay a shiny nickel to hear him read the comic Eggman in his excellent voice. Haha! There we go, bouncing into
You know, this probably came up on the forum. I'll admit it's not like the kind of thread I tend to pay attention to. But I'm thinking of, like, you know, characters like, you know, and voice actors and stuff. I'm curious, what would Crash have sounded like if you had any say in casting him?
See, I have a very clear voice in my head, but I don't have a voice actor.
You probably get that checked out. Yeah,
Thresh has a very, in my head, has a very thick, very gruff Cockney accent.
Cockney. Is that Australian?
No, it's
Okay, I didn't think it was.
form of British. I don't know how best to describe it. I don't want to say lower class because that sounds insulting.
So, are you going to include the bells in the comic?
Not expecting. That was sheep. Why are there so many sheep? Yeah, why are there so many sheep? That's not a lot of Sonic.
We discussed this, right?
And a bitch is almost. Voice acting, terrible impressions. Part of me hopes now that I came up with What?
What did you say?
Nothing. We are coming up on 4 o'clock.
Yep, after this, we'll raffle off the next thing. I guess we'll have to wake Travis from his cold dead slumber.
I feel bad doing so. The man has done so much for us.
Yeah,
Out
but
of the goodness of his heart.
I think you'd understand. I mean, it's the whole reason he's here, you know?
Can we not just wait till he wakes up and do a double raffle?
I suppose so. How many people are, like, you know, I mean, people are waiting for it. Yeah, there's one thing that like really kind of gets me about like realistic Sonic. It's just the way they'd like throw bumpers and the lampposts and stuff in.
People are waiting for this rally.
Raffle?
I'm reading it.
Okay, you mind nudging Travis for us? If you don't do it, I'm gonna have to throw Cammy at him. I don't know. That's just science at work. Hello.
It's raffle time.
Welcome to the world. Welcome, new galaxy.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we need to stand on ceremony for much more.
So I guess we're doing Nintendo Force this time, huh?
We did Sonic last time?
We did Genesis last time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do Nintendo Force this time.
Genesis does. No Nintendo Force. Do you wanna? Are you doing the top of the hour thing, or am I doing it?
You do it.
'Cause I'm not doing the whole New Age Outlaws bit. I'm a little past that at this point.
No, I hog the spotlight too much. You take over.
All right, we ready for that? Huh? All right. It is the top of the hour. We are ready to do another raffle. Before we get to that, as we've been doing all throughout this marathon, we just want to thank our sponsors at Udon Entertainment, Archie Comics, A&C Games here in Toronto, lots of retro gaming goodness if you're from the area, and, of course, Nintendo Force Magazine, which will be our next raffle. Also want to thank everyone who contributed to our Indiegogo campaign to get the equipment for this whole shebang. And that includes Falcon Punch 7 and Tiago Paolini. And
Not so
sorry.
easy, is it?
Not at 4 in the morning. After God, how long have we been at this? 16 hours?
Yes, 16 hours.
Yeah, 16 hours will do that to you. Sorry, man. But
Wonder how I'm gonna be able to get home.
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
I do not want to drive down Bathurst in this state of mind.
Let's see. Anyway, we are raffling off Pride and Joy here, Nintendo Force, a passion project of love and project and passion and such. Spiritual successor to Nintendo Power, full of great gaming coverage every couple months. You know, it's admittedly, it's like kind of more of a, how do I put this? I guess kind of a nostalgic kind of thing in a way, because like, you know, a lot of the actual news is on the internet. So it's more about the content and that kind of thing. And we are giving away a 1-year subscription. You get 6 issues, that's one every 2 months. I'm not sure if it's starting with the next issue, which comes out in November, quite possibly, or we might just kind of go January throughout 2014. I really should have found that out before doing this, but either way, you'll get a full year of Nintendo Force. You'll get the 6 physical copies, full of great covers and fun stuff, some original art inside.
God, I look pale.
You can even see like some original art on our latest cover with Pokemon here. And you also get digital copies as well. And let's see.
Singapore?
Yeah, Singapore. They don't get the physical, unfortunately. We've just kind of run into too much trouble there, from what I understand, as far as getting the physical copies out there in any sort of reasonable condition or time or something. I don't know. I just know there's been trouble with it. But you'd still get the digital copies. That's still a nice value in itself. And without further ado, how many are we looking at drawing here? We'll be right back.
back up. All right, so we didn't foresee fate being so interesting. Joshua, this is your 5th raffle win. And that's because you bought a whole lot of tickets. At the same time, a lot of folks are getting bent out of shape that they're kind of getting avalanched. So
You're inciting riots, man. It's,
your generosity's too much.
yeah,
So
the peace is
here's
being
what we're going to do.
disturbed.
Here's what we're going to do.
Stop being so nice.
We're going to put a cap at 5 wins for the regular prizes. So, Josh, if you get picked again, you're not getting a 6th prize, okay? The exception is the Wii U Deluxe package, because that's probably what everyone's really pooling their money for. So, that one is still open to everyone. But we still have, for 8 hours of game and stuff and giveaways. So, of those 8 giveaways, Josh, no more. Cutting you off, man. You need to get off the stuff.
For what it's worth, I think we've given away everything else that's, remotely unique here anyway. So,
Right. Well, I mean, we have individual books that nobody else is, but still. So that's that's how we're handling it. If we do another fundraiser in the future, we're gonna definitely keep this in mind and
Yeah.
structure it a little differently.
Silent Bob X?
Who is he on the chat?
I'm guessing that is in fact Josh, and he's saying go ahead
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
and Joshua S. I'm assuming who this is.
And what's Joshua saying?
What is this chat handle? I'm assuming it's Silent Bob.
yeah, that's what it's sounding like. If you are Silent Bob X, please let us know.
Like, well, yeah, we just looked at his chat handle. It's not
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, we got it.
So that's what we're doing. That's how it is. Wait, did he already win a subscription?
No, I don't think he has.
Okay, so he's won.
Oh, okay.
You are a lucky
He
fellow.
says, yeah, he says you guys can give to someone else.
All right. Well, if he's going to be that generous, we can go ahead and re-roll and.
Okay, yeah. Well, we appreciate it, man. I mean, we had no idea this would happen. I mean, what are the odds, literally?
We were not
We could probably do the
expecting
math.
this level of outpouring. I mean, what was the max cap we were hoping for?
We were hoping for a total goal of just 1,000 to begin with, right?
1,000 to 1,500, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I mean, it's our first time and stuff, kind of going low ball.
And we've already doubled that.
Yeah. Have we hit 3,000?
Well, no, we're not at 3,000, but we're.
Oh, you mean the 2,000,
Yeah,
right,
low ball
okay.
still.
Yeah.
And $2,000 is a lot of money.
That's like
Well, I can
2
spend it
months
really
rent in Toronto. At
Yeah, I
least.
know.
Okay.
Actually, it's not even quite that, but still, I mean, it's pretty good.
It's
you
going to
know.
do some good.
Yes.
And it's all thanks to you guys. So, really, thank you a lot.
Outside of the big city landlord area, yeah, that is a lot of money.
Speaking of. Oh, wait, no, we should wait for the second.
Yeah. We'll definitely next time we do something like this,
Travis
we'll
is
definitely try to
laughing.
get things.
Why are you laughing, Travis?
Oh no.
So we go from one person to another.
You already said 5 was the max.
I know. Wait. Well, here's what makes it interesting. Is the fact what are we giving away again? Nintendo Force, right?
Yes. Oh, don't tell me a previous winner won it.
Well, it's Bo again. He's already run Nintendo Force. So.
Bo, you won yourself a second subscription thanks to the generosity of Josh. Would you like that
You
second?
get that just re-roll, for God's sake.
Well, maybe he wants 2 years of Nintendo Force. I don't know. It's his call. Is he on the chat?
Was it?
Let's see if I can figure out if there were any notes in there.
I thought you were going to tell me it's Toby again.
Oh, just give it time.
How many's Toby gotten?
20
Well, he gave up one.
Yeah.
Nobody's at 3 minus the one he gave away. So
So
He's
he's
won-
at 2.
I mean, well,
No, he had 4.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so that'd be 4 minus the one he gave away.
All right, since I'm basically grinding for achievements right here, I'm going to let you guys hash that out and provide.
Actually, they're kind of hoping that you're going to go back to the main game at some point.
Yeah, well, give us a little bit more time to cool down from the burn that is that level. We will get back to it, though.
Yeah.